Okay, so we've got our supports up here, and so the next step here is we're going to cut this first rafter. Now I've already hung it and got my angle up against the shed, my end plate location here. So we're going to go ahead and cut this one. We'll get it up here, get it attached, and then we will have already cut our second one. And then we will get that up on this far side, and what that will do is give us the spacing that we need for the wall in relationship to the shed. And then from there, it's just a matter of cutting all of the rafters and getting them hung up.
Heading up the west coast in the morning to find a place where no one knows our faces or our names. If we don't live now tonight, never make it out alive. Plan to all the time. So come away with me. Let's break free. We could fall asleep where the land and ocean meet. Wake up to the sounds of no one around. And as the sun comes off the globe, will show us where we need to go. Always waiting, so frustrating, let's just drive. So come away with me. Let's break free. Just you and me.
So the rafters are up, and this is a huge milestone because basically the main structure is completed. The next step now for me is I need to put some purlings in, but I'm going to use 2x4s. On the other side, we actually use strapping that went all the way across on the top end of the rafters, but at this time what we're going to do is just put 2x4s in between the rafters, and we're only doing it on some of the rafters. And let me show you what I mean. So unlike the other side, we are using full sheets of tin, and what I want to do is in between the rafters where the tin is going to overlap as it does in between these two, I'm going to put a couple of 2x4s to act as the purlings so that I can attach the tin, both pieces of tin, to that purling there. I'm going to do it on this one as well because I have a joint there. This one I'll skip. This one I'll do because you can see I've got two pieces there, and so forth and so on. Now I'm only going to put two 2x4 pieces in between the rafters that I need to put them in there because that's really all I'm going to need. But before we do that, it's lunchtime. Jen cooked lunch. I'm going to go eat. busy. Listen to your nonsense. You're so wonderful.
I thought I had nonsense.
Drop it. Drop it. Back. Drop it. Back. Good. Drop it. Back. Quick go. Home. Home. All right, our roof is done. Well, at least the framing is. The next step for the roof is really to add the tin, but we won't get the tin until tomorrow. So in the meantime, we've got a couple of more things we have to do on the framing side, but we're gonna wait on that because the next step we're gonna do is we're gonna add some siding to the south side wall. The siding we're gonna use is the old wood that we pulled off of the old shed that was here, which is this stuff. After taking a look at what we had in terms of that wood, I just don't know if I'm going to have enough. I do have these old cedar planks. I don't know how many I've got, but I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and start with these, and then yeah, we'll see how many we can get up there. And yeah, if we need anything else, then we certainly will use this plywood here. So. pretty amazing that that I actually was able to almost finish this wall with those planks. My goodness. There's a story behind these planks. In Algonquin, Illinois, I think it's Algonquin, there used to be like a snow hill for snowboarding, sledding, skiing, things like that. Well, these planks, which just so happen to also be the planks that we have in our bathroom, these planks came from that resort that closed down a few years ago. And I'm just glad I was able to repurpose them because these things just look great. They're aesthetically absolutely beautiful. They're old, and that's kind of the look we're going for. But certainly makes a nice wall. Now, as far as this upper piece here, this gap, what I'm going to do is I've got more of this stuff, but they're all just pieces. So I think I'm, cutting these pieces, these ends off. I think I'm going to attach it to the top plate, so it'll actually leave a little gap all the way here, and I think that's going to be fine. It'll kind of close this wall in, and I really like that idea. The other thing that I'm going to do, not today because it's late, I'm exhausted, but I had mentioned earlier that I was only putting these bracings here in between the rafters along the joints of the tin. However, I'm going to add them here as well, because one thing I didn't take into consideration was simply the weight of the snow. I don't want to run into a situation where I get bowing in here, so we're going to go ahead and do that just because I think it's the right thing to do. It's not going to use that much lumber, and I'll feel better about it. Plus, Jen is the one who actually pointed it out, and she's right. So, all right, well, I am going to head inside and get some dinner. It's been a long day. We got a lot done. Tomorrow, we're getting the tin, and we're going to wrap this build up. So Jen and I just got back from the store. We picked up the tin for the new shed. We were lucky enough to get the same color as what's on the shed now. And we did get them cut to size. So all I've got to do is install them. But before we do that, as I said just in a few minutes ago, I am going to go ahead and add the supports on these rafters here. Just I want to make sure we've got enough support. First thing I'm going to do is go ahead and I think I'm going to go ahead and cut these pieces, get these pieces in, and then we'll take we'll go ahead and get the tin off, and we'll start getting the tin up. Okay, so I've got all of these in, and I was sitting here getting ready to start bringing tin over, and it occurred to me that I really want this side to extend out a little bit. So I did find another 2x6. I got it cut into a rafter, and I've got this old 2x6 board here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some pieces at 6 inches, and then we're going to attach them to the face of this rafter, and then I'm going to put a new rafter on it and extend this out by a total of, what is that, like 7.5, 8 inches. Yeah, and the benefit to doing that will basically just give me a little bit of an overhang. I don't know if I'm going to be able to let you guys see this right now, at least visualize it, but it's basically going to give me an overhang, so it'll actually be out to here. So yeah, anyways, let's get to work. Okay, and that's that. That basically extends me out about 10 inches. I actually cut these to 8 inches instead of 6. And it's cool because it's gonna give me a little more overhang, you know, past the wall. It's something I wish I would have done on this side over here. I will probably end up doing it at a later date, but I figured since I'm working on this one, I might as well do it. So yeah, okay, we are ready for tin. So I just got to start getting it out of the truck. So I don't have a tripod tall enough, so you're not going to get a lot of video of me putting this this tin on. However, there's a couple things I'll say. Number one, I'm going to be marking where all these studs are located on this tin, so that when I put the new tin on, and that the new tin's going underneath, just like that, at least I'll have a reference for where the studs are. The other thing is, I'm only putting, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws in for the length, which is fine. And what else? Yeah, that's it. All right, I gotta get this tin on, and ooh, let's try this. I've always wanted to try this. Ready? Damn, that didn't work. Let's try it again. Ah, look at that, it worked. Oh my gosh, wait till I tell Jen about that. That's awesome. I can't believe it worked. Anyways, so we are done. We have our ceiling, our roof on, and it is really, really cool. Let me see if I can't get you guys to see what it looks like up here. Woo! There she is in all her glory. She looks pretty good, huh? Now I did, actually I didn't run into any problems. It went as smooth as I could expect and hope. And I am really proud of this build. This has gone quite smooth so far. There it is from the side. That looks pretty awesome, if you ask me. And I'll tell you another thing. I'm really glad I put this extra rafter on. It really gives me a lot of space up front to be able to cover up. So, okay, let's see. We got our back, we got our side wall, we got our roof. The next step here is to work on this back wall. Now the back wall, I'm just gonna go and grab another cement block. We're gonna set that over in this area, and then I'm gonna build a 2x4 wall. Nothing fancy at all. It's gonna be up to here, same height as this one, so it'll kind of come straight, and then it'll come down here. I want to leave a space here to walk through, put a door later. So, yeah. All right, let's get started on that one. Well, folks, that's it. This build is officially done. I've got everything that I wanted to get done with this build. I'm very happy with the way that it came out. There are a few things we'll do later. For instance, we're going to put a tarp on it, similar to what we did on the other side. And other than that, we're going to start populating it and getting stuff in there. The whole purpose of this shed is to temporarily house the tractor. while we start cleaning out the storage cabin and our trailer, and then also the canopy, start going through things. But we needed a place that we could safely put the tractor, and that's what we did. I'm tired. It's been a long 4 or 5 days that I've been working on this, and I think all in all, we're done. Stamp of completion. Thanks for sticking around and watching this video. If you liked it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you folks on the next video.